went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken very short. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Geis. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Out of the gun is Minshew. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. This is Geis. They can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Go now. 70, Indy.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chiefs.
It's Geis on the counter. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line.
Detroit Lions.
We go. 30 base.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Gets this one to Hill, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Here we go with Geis. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Darius Geis with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken short. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. At a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
94. Topper! Hey, Alpha!
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Max Sharping, the guilty party, second-round pick from Northern Illinois.
Here we go. 8 read.
That's gonna be a long
22 jet bomber. Right up.
Throwing on second down now, Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Quick talk. Jump out. Hey, take 26. Hey, wahoo. 55. Mark 55. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Now Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. 7 yards there and a first down.
319. Stay with your man. Whip. Easy.
A first down carry for Barkley. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Jump out! Hey, box truck. Boom. Right there in the middle, 55.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
X3, 218, chopper. Shoot.
On second down, Minshew. And going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Greystone, travel.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Third down and 4.
Let's go now. 18, Gator.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Ready?
They'll try and get it with Geis. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Check.
61, matchbox lights. Check. Check go.
Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Geis. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On play action, now Rodgers. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt. This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers going deep for Diggs. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down. Not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit. Because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
And a first down, Chiefs.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
You got motion man right there. Mike, Liz. Right there, 55.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers going deep for Diggs. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Green 18. Turn it 50. Hey, you block over here. Here we go.
On first down, Rodgers. It's complete to Diggs. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Rodgers now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, and that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Darren Waller, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point now by Boswell. And this is back to a 5-point game. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93%.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
On the set.
Check that one, Mike 52 right here. 52. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they did.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Minshew. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because this is exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Ready?
Looking to throw again on second down. Minshew. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Kansas City.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. Hey, check Mike 57.
They'll run with Barkley. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check. Crunch.
On second down, here's Barkley. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Over. Inside.
Mike 55.
Hey, Haywood.
Pull it together. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I'm trying to collect.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. So a pretty big 3rd down mistake right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset. But they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
Good work that time to get them to jump, and now here's 1st and 10.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Kansas City, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles.
took me so long.